Donald Trump continues to annoy, harass, bedevil, and indeed enrage the international and especially the American left. He's swatting aside world leaders like flies, dictating terms to NATO, and generally just tearing up the entire pea patch. Whether you love him or hate him, it's really a sight to see. He has emerged as the first worldwide alpha male in living memory. How did he do this? And what does it have to do with ancient Greek warriors, the WWE, and Nietzsche? Give me 5 minutes and I'll tell you all about it. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the 5-Minute Philosopher, Wisdom on the Run, because the world really is crazy and you want to know why. Time is short, so let's get started. This is the first early morning pre-work The 5-Minute Philosopher Wants to Avoid Diabetes episode. You will have noticed if you've seen previous videos that I'm definitely on the portly side. I need to drop a bunch of weight in order to avoid bad things happening to me as I sadly age. So if you hear the whir of the extra bike in the background, I apologize. Hopefully my noise canceling mic will take care of that. So Donald Trump is the world's alpha male. How did this happen? Well, it's actually fairly simple, but it takes a bit of time to unpack. And the story starts in ancient Greece. The ancient Greeks had a concept of Thumos, which has, like so many other ancient Greek words, about 18 different meanings depending on the context. In this case, Thumos means spiritedness, and this is the spiritedness expected of a warrior. In ancient Greece, it's almost exclusively the provenance of males, although it is possible for women also to be imbued with this spirit, with this Thumos. What is Thumos? Thumos is what warriors feel or should feel, what they need to feel before they go into battle, because if they don't have that, they're going to be killed by the guy on the other side who does have the spirit of Thumos. Thumos is a goal-directed spirit. The goal, in the case of a warrior, is to kill the other guy so he doesn't get killed. The goal in terms of Donald Trump is whatever the goal is. And I know that sounds circular, but bear with me. Donald Trump is a builder. If people who just know him as that guy from The Apprentice, that's really not him. That's a role that he played, and he played it pretty well. I think I'm not into that kind of TV myself, but people tell me it was pretty good. But he was a builder in New York City in the 80s. When I was growing up in New York City in the 80s, he was famous, and he wasn't taken very seriously. Why? Well, he was a big talker. That obviously hasn't changed. He built these big buildings and all that, and people were impressed with that, genuinely. But he was always in the news, and he was in the news because of Marla Maples or the latest wife he cheated on and so forth. And he was generally regarded as a skis who really, apart from business, shouldn't be taken very seriously. I remember there were early noises about possibly his becoming president. It laughed it off. He ran as a candidate for president with the Reform Party sometime before his 2016 run, so he didn't get a lot of serious press or attention. There was a reason everybody thought he was running as a joke. I didn't take him seriously until he really started showing because of the background that I had with him. But Trump has goals. If he has a goal, the goal is all. That is Thumos. It's the same spirit that the ancient Greeks recognized in warriors. And before you put Trump down too much, remember the fight, fight, fight thing. If you'd just gotten a piece of your ear torn off, would you be up there going fight, fight, fight? I don't think I would. So, I mean, I tip my super daddy-o cap to him in that sense. He has that spirit of Thumos. This is why he was so integrated with the WWE and Vince McMahon and all of that wonderfully trashy, horrible, uber-American dreck that the WWE was, is, and always will be. And if you love WWE, I watch it myself sometimes, but it is what it is. It's entertaining. And so Trump was involved in that. Why? You get these huge people slamming each other. That's Thumos. That's Trump. That's the through line with Trump. Thumos. And Thumos, again, is goal-directed. It's also an earlier way of expressing what Nietzsche called will to power. Nietzsche is a 19th century German philosopher, well known, really more a psychologist than a philosopher. He said, in fact, that he was not a philosopher, so we'll take him at his word. But Nietzsche had a great love for ancient Greek culture. and he regarded Socrates as the problem. In fact, there's a section in one of his early works called The Problem of Socrates. And what was the problem with Socrates? He talked too much. He made people sit and think instead of finding a goal and getting it. He turned Greece, or at least Athens, into a city-state full of talkers, of dreamers, of people who couldn't get anything done. Nietzsche loathed that, as Trump does. Why? Because the goal is all for those imbued with the spirit of Thumos. Thank you for joining me in this latest episode of The 5-Minute Philosopher.